Now, this isn't meant to single Kobe McKenzie out, but I heard, again, I feel like I've gone back to them a couple times here. Heard Gabe and Teddy talking about some of the intermediate drops being one of the real problems for the defense. And I couldn't agree more with the sentiment that if that's your biggest problem, your defense is playing good football. If that's been the biggest question mark, because these are hard throws to make. They are, it's a kind of one of those like fine tuning points. Like, I love if my receiver is, 6'3", runs well, is agile, has all the boxes checked, but maybe, he's Derek Zoolander and can't turn left really well. Like, sure, that's a problem, but we can work around that. We can, with all the other stuff, okay, that's fine. So it's just kind of one of those things. It's not the end of the world, but it's something for OU to continue to focus on to get better at. This, I think, is one of those moments where I think maybe Kobe McKenzie is probably just maybe 2 or 3 yards shallow in his drop. Sorry, I should have pointed out before. Right here. Let's see. Right here is what you're looking at. So that wasn't supposed to be sped up. But he is, we'll just circle him with the pen right here. And he's going to drop off, and he drops off to probably about here, about the 22. I'm 23. I'm guessing it needs to be more like the 25. And obviously, some of that's just feel, because it's going to be somewhat relative to what's happening in front of you. But he doesn't have flats responsibility here. He's dropping, he's reading, he's looking. He's tracking that guy. So like I 100% get how this happens. But you can tell he immediately is like, oh, that's a problem. And it's just one of those things where unless Jacoby Johnson is not covering that the way he should, and I think he is judging by some of the other DBs and the way they're playing. I mean, like Billy Bowman's in the same technique. Like it's all similar. So my guess is he's got to be a little deeper to stay underneath this. And I guess if you want to look at it this way, Danny coming up, and I get why it is he might be seeing run here. But either he or Kanai Walker have got to get depth, or this could have been an even more dangerous play for Oklahoma if Mensa sees that. So anyway, not a big deal. Just kind of, again, another one of those like clarifying things that I think I have it in my head because I was listening to the guys talk about it, and now I just happen to notice it. So anyway, just something to point out here. We'll go through a couple more plays here and just kind of see what we see. Make sure I do have this on mute, right? Right. Let's make sure. So you all are actually, yeah, there we go. I'm on a roll this morning. Oh, that's Kanai Walker. I didn't realize that was even going to be this play. Obviously, I'm just kind of winging it. I haven't gone ahead at this point. Just such a nice break. Reads it well. Outruns the receiver on the route. I mean, that's a play. Yeah, he wants that one back. That should have been a pick, and maybe a pick six. Because all Stutsman's going to do is whip his head around and pick up the back, and that's kind of, night. So here again, okay, so we've got Caden Wooler, Jaden Jackson. I'm guessing that's DJ Terry. Looks like Trace Ford, and then Stutsman and Kobe at linebacker. Just such a nice job there. I mean, they did such a good job plugging this up. Just look at all those bodies, all the guys that are right-sided of where they want to be. I mean, this is against the run. Oklahoma's defensive line is playing, and I mean, in this game, I think even in particular to a large degree, but I thought this was a step forward for this group. And I mean, for my first watch, and I'm seeing it now that I'm going back through it. But this is the best run defense I've seen OU play in more than a decade. I mean, they are very clean. They can cycle in two different, groups and still have room for comfort. All right, we got PJ Adebawore. I was told there's going to be a play where I'm going to do the giggle. So let's see. I don't know if this is it at all. I'm just watching. Oh, dropping off. That was it. That was it. Somebody told me it was him dropping in coverage. And I love it. And again, okay, we'll start with him, and then I'll talk about the thing that I remember about this play from the start. So he's going to drop off here into coverage. And guys, I know most of you I'm talking to have never been in PJ's presence. This kid is 6'5", 255, 260 pounds. He is a large human being and is all arms and legs, and this sort of stuff should be incredibly uncomfortable and awkward for him. But watch him move around out here. Sinks his hips, he's driving, he gets underneath Mario Williams there. Look at him, he's he's reading the secondary guy, the Fleming kid, number 1. So he gets underneath Mario. That's his job right there. So he's reading that, and then he sees, and once Mario works deep, it's a Kanai Walker. Kanai Walker's got him. Fleming, and look at PJ. And this is him being so damn big and long. You're not going to throw that ball because you're going to have to throw that so insanely perfectly that it was never going to work. And then he even is the guy that actually cleans up Mensah and doesn't give Mensah any chance to continue working upfield. I think he probably falls out of bounds anyways. But, okay, I've gone on. I was going to get some PJ love in there. That was just going to happen. Whew, good thing his first name's not BJ. That could have been another pause moment there. But here, I want you to watch Grayson Halton. This is a play that he is the only defensive tackle on Oklahoma's roster I think can make. And I don't think there's many defensive tackles at the Power 5 level that can make this play. It really at any level because of Mensah's athleticism. But watch what he forces Mensah to do here. So watch him. He's right here in the middle. Okay, now watch him. He's going to read. He holds up. He plays it smart, doesn't get too aggressive. And look at him. He's athletic enough that Mensah can't just turn up the field and find space. Because if he does, then Hughes can go pick up PJ, and it's going to be R. Mason Thomas and Mensah kind of one-on-one to try and make a stop for the first down there. But Halton is so athletic, he forces Mensah to just keep widening and widening and widening. It's kind of like what you used to see for, our older, and I guess you still see it to some degree with like speed option and stuff. But back in the old days of like wishbone football, when an outside linebacker had the athleticism to just keep forcing the pitch wider and wider and wider and allowing the rest of the defense time to close and get to the edge, instead of letting the quarterback or the running back or whoever it may be turn up field, he just never let Mensah get vertical there. So look at him. Against a lot of D linemen, right about here, he's going to be turning the corner. But Halton is athletic enough that he has to go on like this trajectory. And I know that looks little, but that gives PJ time to come up. That gives Stutsman time to track from behind. That gives R. Mason Thomas time to get over there. So this is one of those plays. It'll never show up on the stat sheet. Maybe Halton got a quarterback hurry for it, but that is a outstanding football play. And again, a sign of his athletic ability. Like that's not something a lot of guys could do. And again, I don't think there's a guy on OU's roster at defensive tackle that could have made that play look that good.